Imagine growing up and living in a world and later realizing that you're treated differently, not only because of your race, but because of the color of your skin. Some people are seen, praised, or even treated differently because of their complexion. This silent divide has a name, and it's called colorism. Today, I'm going to be discussing with you three things: what colorism is, where it comes from, and how it still affects people socially, emotionally, and economically. And everyone has had some type of encounter with colorism, whether it was direct or indirect. Direct is a personal experience, while indirect is you hearing a joke on social media, a joke in a movie, a joke in a video, mocking these social norms, basically still further reinforcing how people are misrepresented today. In preparing for my essay, I came across three resources, which are Productions, Sage Publications, Routledge, and Cambridge Press University. Today, we're going to look at three things, and that's the first one is the definition of colorism and the historical background. Number two is the effects of self-esteem and self-identity. And number three is the social and economic consequences that colorism created. And to begin, now that we know exactly everything that we're going to talk about, let's look at where colorism comes from. One, definition and historical background. According to Sage Publications 2016, colorism is discrimination on skin tones within the same racial and ethnic group. So, in other words, a person or two people can be within the same racial or an ethnic group and treated completely different based off of their difference in complexions. Colorism didn't just happen overnight. Colorism stems from slavery and colonialism. According to Routledge in 2013, skin color literally affected where you were placed on a plantation. Lighter complexions, slaves were given easier jobs, they were given house jobs, while darker complexion slaves were given or forced to operate hard field labor jobs. And this left a social hierarchy that has continued to refine over time, and colorism has literally made its way to Hollywood. Sage Publications of 2016 states that lighter toned women were casted for more desirable roles. They were casted for more beautified roles, more leading roles, while darker complexion of women were casted as villains, maids, or background characters. Media played a huge role in shaping what society deems as attractive. Now that we understand the history and effects of people personally and emotionally, we're going to hop into the effects on self-esteem and identity. A psychological research study from Sage Productions of 2016 showed that darker women reportedly had lower self-esteem than women of a lighter complexion. And due to this was being that over time, they literally experienced and lived what it's like to be treated differently. based on skin tone. They experience these bias norms. They've experienced and lived through the death of this horrible, horrible norm. And over time, what it does as well, when you don't see a person that looks like you, and you don't see a person that looks like you, that is glorified as beautiful, and that is given or shown value, you start to literally self-sabotage by diminishing your own personal features. So colorism affects beauty standards, as Cambridge Press University states that lightening skin products literally market as lightening and brightening, which again reinforces the beliefs of lighter skin being more attractive or desirable. Commercials, magazines, TV shows, music videos, all of these things continue to further reinstate these distorted norms. For example, Cambridge Press University had an article that spoke on a young lady named Maya. Maya grew up feeling invisible because she seen nobody in media or on beauty products, in ads, commercials. She seen nobody that looked like her. So it didn't she didn't match up to the standard. She didn't match up to the standard that beauty products and beauty, she was not praised by beauty standards. And now that we understand what colorism is, the impact, we can move into a more broader social and economic effect. Colorism affects opportunities in major life roles. So, research from Sage Publications of 2016 found that lighter-skinned women earned more money, lighter-skinned women were promoted faster, and lighter-skinned women got hired faster than darker-skinned women. And darker-skinned individuals were treated differently even if they had the same qualifications and education within the workplace. So colorism shapes how people represent media. According to Routledge in 2013, lighter skin complexions were more in movies. People with lighter skin complexions were more in movies, TV shows, commercials, videos, music videos. And this further reinforces that lighter skin is more marketable and more acceptable. Now, this isn't just a U.S. issue. This is now global. This has been a global issue. So Cambridge University Press reported that lighter skinned contestants literally dominated beauty pageants, even if the majority of the contestants were of darker skin tones. So this now sends a global and international message that lighter complexions are more suitable. They are more, that's basically making it more of a universal beauty standard to have a lighter complexion. Even if majority of the population, even in society, is of a darker complexion, clearly colorism is much more than a personal preference. It's historically and systemically an issue, and that continues to affect us in today's time. Today, we explore colorism. We talked about where it came from. We talked about how it impacts self-esteem, identity, and real-world opportunities. We also learned about the origins during slavery and colonialism. We also learned about how it affects and continues to affect jobs, media, global beauty standards, and to close, I'd like to refer back to the image that I started with. Colorism causes some people to feel seen and some people to feel invisible. And the more aware we become of this, the more power we gain over the situation. The more we talk about it openly and communicate amongst each other, it gives us a step in the right direction of breaking this unfair pattern. It gives us a understanding of each other, and it also gives us a step in the right direction for change. Everyone, we can create change for a world or society that allows everyone to feel seen regardless of their skin tone. Thank you.